Oh, it's very important. You know, there's a lot more interest in rugby if you've got the Bledisloe Cup and on the World Cup, of course, and so. But it's not as easy as that, is it? I mean, they're just an awesome side, and we saw it when they were playing against the Irish, and the Irish have always got one good test in them, and they very, very nearly won the second test, and most people gave them a bit of a chance in the third, but when you know the All Blacks, and they just won absolutely convincingly, and so that's what the Wallabies are up against. But the Wallabies know that. I think it was in the first test in Brisbane last year where they really stuck it to them in the forwards, and it's an up-front contest, isn't it? You know, once you get supremacy in the forwards, well, you know, we know we've got the backs that can go on and win the games, and so, but that's very, very important.
It's massive. To break that Bledisloe drought is going to be, I guess, a huge accomplishment. We've been working so hard together the last 4 years. I guess we're a pretty tight-knit group of guys, and we've been working towards this for so long. We've missed out narrowly a few times, but we've also got a few, I guess, successful wins over them. I think it's about time now that we do take that #1 spot off them and get the Bledisloe Cup. It's going to be huge if we do.
Oh, I remember it'd be a sense of relief, achievement. A lot of hard work will go into it, and I remember, unfortunately, I was also the captain who gave the losing captain in 2003, and I remember the sense of relief on the All Black players, and they were kind enough. We spoke about it afterwards in the change rooms. They offered us to go in, and they were just saying it's such a relief. Like, I think they got it by beating us just before the World Cup in Eden Park, and it was on the line there, and we lost narrowly that Test match. They beat us comprehensively here in Sydney, and it was just a sense of relief, and they had it back, and it was like that was what you got from the players, and you could imagine what it meant for the country, and they've hung on to it ever since. And so it's that sort of challenge which is ahead, and I think that's the history. And you talk about the rivalry, it's what's ahead in terms of this contest this year. There's always a lot to play for, and it's something that means a lot to both countries, and I think if the Wallabies are to get over the line and get that back here, I think you'll get the same sort of emotions within the group. There'll be obviously ecstasy for getting that thing back, but also relief for finally getting it back into this country. So it's all to play for, which makes it a great series.
If we can win the Bledisloe Cup, it's just a reinforcement of the trajectory that these guys are on. You know, they've achieved an enormous amount under Robbie. We've beaten Springboks 5 out of the last 6 times we've played them. That's an incredible achievement. Maybe the All Blacks can match that. No one else in the world can match that. We've beaten them at altitude. We've beaten the All Blacks a couple of times out of the last 4 times we've played them. But this Bledisloe Cup, it's still hanging there. You know, only one person I understand from the current squad has drunk out of that cup. And the symbolism of being able to hold that cup and have it in the centre of the team room and being able to drink out of it, knowing that you've done not 80 minutes of hard work, but years of hard work to try to get that. The symbolism of that moment is so important.
Well, it's mission possible. It's vitally important, because I think it is, at the end of the day, how Australian rugby is going is measured by, do we have the Bledisloe Cup or not? And I think whilst we're there, we're competitive as well. We've got to get it back. So no more correspondence entered into, let's get it back.
Yeah, I mean, it's, for us, it's whether it was 10 years or 1 year, I think it's tremendously important. It's a trophy that we hold in high esteem, and it's one that we haven't had for quite some time, like you said. But it's one that we desperately want, and be it this year or any years gone by, the boys work really hard at trying to achieve that, and nothing will change this year. And it's just about being a little bit more accurate in our execution, and hoping that. Or putting ourselves in a position where we go out there and put ourselves in in the right spot to come away with the result we're after.
I guess it's significant for us because it means so much to us. This is why we play the game. It's the pinnacle of rugby is beating the All Blacks for us at the moment. I mean, we had a bit of a taste last year with the Tri-Nations win over them, and I guess our next step now is the Bledisloe, and we've got a really good opportunity this year to really, I guess, raise the cup. We've beaten them twice in a row, first here in Sydney and then obviously over there in Auckland, so we're doing everything we can now in our preparation to make that happen.